And Extras is followed by catchphrase queen Catherine Tate at 9:30, and then Stephen Fry and John Bird in Absolute Power at 10. Pedigree comedy here on BBC Two, once we get the finance sorted.
Deborah Powell just loves to live the high life. She's a Liverpool lass with very expensive tastes in, well, everything. Trouble is, Deborah's champagne lifestyle takes every penny she's got, and then some. Result, she's sinking deeper and deeper into debt. Deborah's parents, Harold and Hilary, are about to find out just how much trouble their daughter's in.
You're joking.
Oh my God. I think that's disgusting. I feel sick.
You're making me feel sick.
Now, with the help of banker mum and dad, they're moving in for 1 week to take total control of Deborah's finances.
Don't know bloody one, they got no money. Finest red Thai sauce, finest mango sauce.
Bank of Mum and Dad's financial advisor, Lawrence Gold, will be on hand to back them up.
Oh, come on, from their point of view.
No, come on. You don't live at home. Why should they pay?
But Harold and Hilary have just 1 week to try and get their daughter back in the black.
The very first thing I'm going to do is to take Deborah's car off her.
I'm going to do my usual things. How am I going to go out at night?
1 week to try and stop Deborah's debts from ruining the rest of her life.
What can you do? Can you just go out, please? Being serious. You're not doing any help. You're making me stressed.
Go then.
Just go.
So, how does a thoroughly modern miss who's deep in the red while away an overcast Friday lunchtime in Manchester? Well, if you're 24-year-old Deborah Powell, even if your credit is drying up, you splash out hundreds of pounds on the latest must-haves.
I don't plan on what I'm going to buy. If I see something I like, then I'll buy it and then worry about it later. 70. It was £95. Clock's in at £139.
In the last 3 months, Deborah's dedication to shopping has set her back a cool £1,000, all on the credit card, of course.
I don't want something that every Tom, Dick and Harry's got walking on down the high street. I want something different, something that will stand out. Can I try those boots on? Sorry, in a size 6.
Mum Hilary might share her daughter's passion for fashion, but she's not distracted by fancy labels. It's the price tags first for this mum.
£7 and under? Oh, even better.
Hilary's worked in department stores for the last 30 years, so she's quids in with a 20% staff discount.
Get another £2 off that. So I'll get for 8.
And how does Mum pay for it?
£12, please.
Strictly cash, thank you very much. It's a cash-only zone on Dad's market stall too.
What do you want, two small blue ones and a purple one?
The only plastic round here comes hula hoop shaped. Harold's worked his store here in Widnes Market since Deborah was a teenager, but he's not holding out much hope of his daughter joining him in the family business.
Quite a few times I've asked Deborah to come and give me a hand in the market where I work, but she always declines and says, I just can't give change.
Friday night, and now she's got the new togs, Deborah's ready to join her posse for a posh dinner.
All on me.
But the finer things in life don't come cheap. Nights out on the town regularly eat up half of Deborah's total monthly wage, more than £400.
While I'm here, let's just treat myself. There's no point saving and having to miss out on things because you're missing out on life.
Posh chips, anyone? Just £1 a piece. Supper back at Mum and Dad's house is a much simpler and cheaper affair. Deborah's family are part of Liverpool's Jewish community.
Shabbos.
And her grandparents are regular guests.
Got that.
They're a close-knit family, but money was tight when Deborah was growing up. Hilary and Harold couldn't always afford the treats that the young Deborah demanded.
When we were Deborah's age, there wasn't such a thing as credit cards and easy credit. It was just cash. If you didn't have them the cash, you just didn't buy it.
The grown-up Deborah still hasn't stopped with the demands on her parents.
She was spoiled. When she comes home and she says, Dad, have you got £10 going out? He always gives it to her. I need cash, I've got no cash on me.
It takes advantage of me, really.
Monday morning, and it's back to the day job as a graduate trainee for a hire car firm in Manchester. Annual salary, £15,000. But Deborah is desperate to throw in the keys and swap it all for one of the most precarious professions in the world. Deborah wants to act.
I'm here for my final audition out of 3 to get into drama school. And at the end of the year's course, hopefully we do a showcase in front of casting agents and get myself employed really and see where that takes me. I want a room, not a goddamn relationship. Just a born entertainer really. And I think something that just comes naturally, just making people laugh.
But Deborah's dreams of escaping the 9-to-5 don't stop at the footlights. She's got the whole world in her sights. 18 months ago, Deborah spent £4,000 on a round-the-world trip, all borrowed of course, and she's got grand plans to take off again.
Been travelling for 4 months, went around the world. I didn't go to as many places, as many destinations as I'd like to.
I used to go to Hoylake and Blackpool. Deborah goes to Thailand and Australia and New Zealand.
This is New Zealand, it's Queenstown. Rafting, bungee jumping, abseiling.
4 times I'd get a phone call from the other side of the world. Dad, I've gone skydiving and could you please go down to the bank and put £150 in my account for me? Love, Deborah.
I would get into more debt if it meant me seeing more places around the world, definitely.
Deborah's plans would spell disaster for her finances, plunging her even deeper into debt. Mum and Dad know they need to act now before their daughter's reckless spending cast a permanent blight over her future.
So young to be in debt, so we'd like to help her get out of debt.
It's early morning in Liverpool and Harold and Hilary Powell are packing. For the next 7 days, they'll be moving in with their daughter Deborah.
All packed.
And taking complete control of her finances. Over in Manchester, Deborah's flatmate Gemma can smell trouble.
Take care, mate. Yourself.
She's off to stay at a friend's for the week, which should make more room for Mum and Dad, shouldn't it?
There's no room in my wardrobe for my mother's clothes or my father's clothes because it's full of my clothes. Simple.
Before they leave, Harold and Hilary write down how much debt they fear their daughter could be in.
A lot of money.
Lots of money on them paper, isn't there?
I was married at 21. I never had debts like that. She's 24 and a half. Yeah, I just don't know how she's got into debt like that.
Meanwhile, Deborah's trying to add up the real figures. But is it anywhere near what Mum and Dad think?
Got something for you. I hope it's close. You're joking.
Oh my God.
That's
How did you get to
That's
debt like
disgusting.
that? 22,000.
How come? What have you spending all your money on? Have you seen
I
that?
never thought it would be that much.
No, never in a million years I think it would be as much as that.
I think that's disgusting. I feel sick.
You feel sick? You're making me feel sick.
Okay, I'll stay back at your flat. Go on. Very annoyed.
I thought about nine or 10, not 22,000. What's she been doing? What's she been doing with her money?
Well, she never saves, does she? Just spend, spend, spend.
I'm just worried for her. Will she ever get out of it?
What do my parents expect me to stay in every night? Work from 7:30 to 6:30 and not reward myself in any way, shape or form.
Whether she likes it or not, for this week, Deborah will be living by Harold and Hilary's rules.
Not looking forward to this.
Hope it's tidy, Deborah.
Yeah, okay, you guys can sleep in my room, okay? And I'll sleep in Gemma's.
Deborah?
Yeah.
Where am I going to put my clothes? There's no room in here.
You're going to live out of a suitcase like I had to for 5 months.
Pardon?
You're going to live out of a suitcase like I had to.
Is there nowhere else for me to put them?
Nope. I've got a closet full.
With no room to unpack, Hilary and Harold get straight on Deborah's case.
So give me your purse. Where is it?
Okay, pocket.
Go and get it.
It's full of receipts. Full of receipts.
First to go is Deborah's beloved plastic. But it's not just the cards that account for the weight of Deborah's purse.
Oh my God, look at all this change. Why don't you spend it?
Oh, look at that.
That's money. You should spend that. Use it.
I'm going to stand there at the till, counting all the pennies.
other
Got people
do.
waiting behind me.
Other people do.
I think it's rude.
Why is it rude? It's money. It's
People
all
in the
same.
queue waiting to pay for things and someone counting every single penny in front of you and you're in a hurry. Why just use the card? It's quick and simple.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's another £1. So that's what you've got to do, start spending the change and getting rid of it.
It's been a fraught start to the Bank of Mum and Dad week.
I know it's very early, but we're going to retire now. It's been a very stressful day and I've been angry and upset over the exchange of envelopes, knowing the full extent of Deborah's debt.
I'm really exhausted now, I think, with the shock. So I'm going to turn in and have a good sleep. I hope I can sleep, thinking about it. And we'll see what tomorrow brings.
I'm a bit worried about how this week's going to go now. Because they seem to be taking a bit of a firm attitude with me, which they haven't usually done in the past. So I think I really shocked them.
Harold and Hilary Powell now have less than a week to curb their headstrong daughter's reckless spending and work out how to get her back in the black. They pack Deborah off out while they try to get to the bottom of the financial mess she's in. Time to call for backup from Bank of Mum and Dad's financial expert, Lawrence Gold. Lawrence used to be a banker, so he's heard every excuse under the sun from spendaholics like Deborah.
Where does she live?
She lives in Manchester.
So why is the statements all both addressed to Liverpool?
Well, she wanted it that way. She didn't want to see them, did she?
It's very true.
Sorry?
She doesn't want to look at them.
Why?
Because she spends too much.
That's the first thing that really worries me, is that she doesn't open the bank statements. So how the hell does she know what she's doing?
Lawrence starts to sort through the bills and paperwork. But there's a few things that don't add up.
Why has she got 2 bank accounts?
Why has she got 2 bank accounts? Do I know?
Does she have a mobile phone?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the statements for them?
I pay her mobile phone bill.
Does she have a car?
Yes.
Well, there's no paperwork for cars, so I take it she doesn't pay for that either.
I have the paperwork for the car.
And you're paying for it?
I'm paying for the car.
She doesn't understand money. Full stop. The perfect example is her switch card. And she's used it around about 150 times in the last 6 months.
My God.
And the one thing that came out, and I just cannot believe that she paid for something, it came to 58 pence, and she used her switch card.
You're joking.
Lawrence is able to work out what Deborah owes and where. She has a bank loan of £12,000. She owes her parents nearly £4,500 for a mobile phone and car. And her grandparents lent her £1,000 for a round-the-world trip. Deborah owes over £1,200 on her credit card and has an overdraft of over £900. Deborah's total debt comes to over £19,500. That's £2,500 less than Deborah thought, but it's still difficult listening for Mum and Dad.
I think she's living at home by proxy, to be honest with you. Because all the statements go there, you're effectively paying her way.
Lawrence has also broken down Deborah's monthly spending. All those nights out and takeaways account for over £580. Clothes and toiletries add up to £320. Rent and household expenses come to over £500. And Deborah's repaying just a minimum £25 off her credit card each month. Deborah brings home just over £950 each month. But she's spending over £1,400. That's a monthly overspend of over £500.
That debt is going to be £27,000 in a year's time. That's where it's a major, major problem. It's got to stop now. She's living like a little girl who lives away from home, but she's got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
She's got the freedom to do what she likes, but Mummy and Daddy will bail her out.
It's too easy.
It is too easy. So instead of me having a go at her when I meet her, it's as much down to you both than it is her.
It's probably our fault as well.
No,
I'm not going to argue against that.
Oh, I feel sick.
You could question how old Deborah is here. One, she doesn't act like an adult, and now it's time that she starts acting like one, starts standing on her own 2 feet, and her mum and dad have now got to stop paying for everything, including the phone and the car. They've really got to be tough here. Will they be able to be that tough? Well, I really don't know on this one, because it's not just Deborah who's at fault here, it's also the parents.
Well, it's true what it says.
Lost for words.
It's true what she says. She'll have to cut down drastically on the spending. Otherwise, it's just going to spiral out of control.
Get worse.
She's got
to stand on her own 2 feet as well.
Yes.
You can't keep bailing her out.
After speaking to Lawrence, the very first thing I'm going to do is to take Deborah's car off her. She just can't afford to run it.
She'll go mad. She loves her car. Because she hasn't been on the bus for years.
Oh, hello there. I'd like to know if you could come and tow a car away for me.
Deborah will be home in 5 minutes. The tow truck's already there.
Give me the keys and take your car off you.
For how long?
For good.
For as long as it takes
For
you
good.
to see the error of your ways.
I don't like it anyway. It's a wreck.
Quick. Thank you. Yeah, love. A bus pass for a week. Public transport. See? Save yourself money.
What am I going to do? About my car?
What are you going to do? You're going to sit there and talk
do what?
and talk to people.
It's me to sit there and talk to people. Sit
Yeah.
where?
Sit on the bus and talk to people. There you go. Thanks very much.
If she can't afford to run it, she shouldn't have one.
Very goodbye.
I can't look anymore.
And you can walk. It's not far, is it, in the nice weather? You like walking, don't you?
So, no purse in her pocket, no car in the drive. Can Bank of Mum and Dad Week get any worse for Deborah Powell? Yes, it can.
What have I done now?
Well, I've decided to take your phone off you because I can't afford to pay for it anymore. It's got to go. And you can have my pay-as-you-go and you can...
What? Now in your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, Deborah, that's how you do it. It's one top-up card.
Get an ice cream with my friends.
No, you've got a phone here.
Well, what if I'm out and about? I'm not ever in the flat.
Just use it for emergencies. And maybe 1 or 2 calls and that's it.
Wow, it's absolutely bonkers.
Definitely come as a shock to her. Nothing with clamped down.
Yeah,
all that.
putting our foot down now.
I think now they've realised that it's time to put the foot down, but unfortunately I'm not 17 anymore, I'm 24.
24 or not, Madam's grounded. While her pals are all enjoying a Saturday night out on the town, Mum and Dad are keeping up the pressure. They've called in Deborah's granddad, Bernard, for backup.
Nice. I like the colour of the walls.
Paul was never in debt. He never had debt, did you, Paul?
Never had plastic cards, anything like that.
Paul saved up to buy his car. How much was your car, Paul?
£105.
And he saved up for that car. He worked hard and he saved the money for it.
But times are different, I keep telling you this.
Are your friend in debt?
My friends are in debt, some of them, yes. Do I not deserve to have the things that they do? Do I not deserve to do the things
You
that
can't
they do?
afford it now.
Why live a life, honestly, why?
Trouble with you, you're using these cards and you don't know how much money you've got. You were in London for 12 months. You were earning good money and you didn't save a penny of it. You squandered it every...
I had a fantastic year.
I know you did, but you...
If I went back, I'd spend the same amount.
Yeah, that's not the way to look at life. Have you got, like, fresh air money? Is that what it's called, fresh air money?
But facing up to her debts isn't something Deborah's in the mood to do.
Where's she gone?
Well, your grandpa's here.
Come here, Deborah. Deborah, where's your mother?
I just need 5 minutes because I'm used to living on my own, doing my own things, being out with my friends now.
Yeah,
and
but no, you can't go out with your friend
I'm
now.
not saying-
We're here now, come on.
Yeah, but I just want 5 minutes, please.
Oh dear, dear, it's terrible, isn't it? You want to be alone for 5 minutes.
She won't listen to Grandad.
Deborah!
What about Mum?
Come on, Grandpa's come to see you.
Don't, why are you talking like I'm a kid? I'm not being a bitch, I'm not being a cow. I just asked for 5 minutes, and why can't no one give me that?
It's because you're tired.
I'm tired, I'm not used to living with you guys.
I think she got a will of her own, that one.
It's just been a very emotional, stressful day today. Really felt the strain.
Her phone was taken off her and her car was taken off her. And she can't go out because she's got no money. I think that's why she's a bit fed up. She normally goes out on a Saturday night.
All her friends are going out tonight, and they were expecting Deborah to join them, but she can't go out. We've put a block on that.
It's another early start in Manchester for the Powells, and another opportunity for Mum and Dad to pass on a valuable lesson to their child. This morning, how to use public transport. But tempers are still a little bit frayed.
It's going to be fancy to have my car. Stop moaning.
Deborah's being frog marched back to Liverpool to give her granddad another chance to talk some financial sense into her.
I reckon it's a crime owing money. You know what I mean? If you haven't got it, you can't spend it.
He was an astute businessman before he retired, and he's been shocked by the amount of Deborah's debt. Now he's got a plan to shock Deborah back and get her to face up to the trouble she's in.
Deborah, I brought you here to show you what money is worth.
Grandad's bank has agreed to bring up a special delivery from the vault.
£7,000, £8,000. That's £10,000, Deborah, there. Not finished yet. See? Another 500, and another 500, and the last £500. £20,000 there, Deborah. You see all that money?
Yep.
That's what you're in debt. All that. You owe that. It's a lot of money, isn't it? Eh?
What I could do with all that money.
It has a lot of effect on me. It shows that how many hours and days I've got to stand on the market stall, and, well, it would take ages to earn this.
I just see it as colourful paper.
Yeah, doesn't mean anything to it.
Monopoly money. That's taught me experience how to do a bungee jump, skydive, what it feels like to be a bird in the sky. That's taught me, you know, what a trip around the world, the other side of the world, looks like. You know, I just see these as bunches of experiences, bunches of memories that I've got due to this bit of paper.
Madam's monologue has left everyone speechless.
If I was given this and walked out the door with this, the first thing to do is to buy another plane ticket, if I was perfectly honest.
Buy a plane ticket.
This is opportunity for me to seek what God has made, what the world has to offer. I can come back and appreciate maybe my life a bit more, and then save again, and then go again. I just want to be cultured, I just want to...
But you can't save. So how can you save and go again? You can't save. Can you, Debbie? You can't save. She's very outspoken, very jovial, as if nothing's happening, you know what I mean? She doesn't take everything seriously.
All the prudent advice is falling on deaf ears.
Deborah!
Undaunted, Harold and Hilary press on. They want to teach their daughter the value of hard cash.
Right, Deb, you see all this change here that was in your purse? You're going to buy some ingredients with it to make biscuits.
Biscuit?
Yeah. So you're going to spend all that on ingredients. And then, when you've made the biscuits, you're going to sell them on your father's market stall.
It should be easy for you. You've done
And then you'll double
a
your
course
money.
on marketing,
Yes. And she'll double her money then.
hopefully.
Deborah's £4.51 could net her a tasty profit, providing she budgets the ingredients properly. Time for some mother-daughter bonding.
Your father pays for the car, he pays for everything, but you can't afford it. All you can afford is the petrol. You can't even afford that. Can you? What?
How am I going to get from A to B? How am I going to do my usual things? How am I going to go out at night? How am I going to get my shopping done?
Well, like everybody else. I mean, I know you'd hate getting the bus, but you'll have to. I mean, I hate getting the bus, but I do have to do it sometimes. Are you talking to me?
No, she's not.
I think this is the bus pass. Maybe sitting on a bit of chewy or something.
Oh, come on, Deborah.
So you go to sleep on the bus after work and you've had a stressful day, you get on the bus and you just fall
I sit
asleep.
in traffic for like an hour. I know shortcuts in my car. I know how to get out of traffic.
Yeah, but you'd be stressed after work.
I'd be stressed standing in a queue.
A 15-minute bus journey has never felt so long.
Can you see the bus up?
I've never been to the Co-op before, unfortunately, for my shopping, so...
Armed with a shopping list and a purse full of loose change, Hillary's determined to show Deborah how to shop on a budget.
Spreading, cooking and baking. Right, castor sugar.
It's 39p for plain white flour.
As usual, Deborah pushes for the extras.
Can I get this?
How much is
I
it?
feel you can, like, personalise each biscuit.
It's £2.
And finally, under Mum's supervision, the girl who says she can't do change has to negotiate the checkout with a purse full of coppers.
So it comes to... So sorry.
£1.07 change.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Funny hats and aprons time. Otherwise, Harold knows the biscuits won't meet health and safety regulations.
You know what you should do? Just put some flour in it.
No.
Stop it from curdling.
Got to put the flour and baking powder in another bowl.
Oh, what are you doing?
Transfer it into a larger bowl.
You can't, it's all stuck in this one. Oh, get me a spatula or something out the drawer. Put that on your hands of flour and I'll get it off. Anything will do just to get it out the bowl.
It's been a long day for everyone, and Harold's not the only one feeling the strain.
I just don't see how I can save when I only bring in about just over £900. My rent is £350 alone. I pay for my phone bill. It leaves me about £400 for a month. That's food, going out.
You can go out once a month.
Once a month?
Wow.
I've just finished baking biscuits. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've got to be up at 6:30 to wrap my biscuits and have them ready to make a profit and a return tomorrow when I sell them at the market.
It's the halfway point in the week where Harold and Hilary Powell move in and take total control of their daughter Deborah's finances.
Oh my God, look at all this change.
3 days ago, Deborah had to own up to just how much debt she was in.
Oh my God. I think that's disgusting. I feel sick.
You feel sick? You're making me feel sick.
And there were more financial aftershocks.
She's got the freedom to do what she likes, but Mummy and Daddy will bail her out.
Harold and Hilary have been battling to get their daughter to stop spending and see sense.
I've decided to take Deborah's mobile phone off her.
What?
But Deborah's putting up fierce resistance.
How am I going to get from A to B? How am I going to do my usual things? How am I going to go out at night? It's going to be fancy to have my car. Why are you talking like I'm a kid?
Stop moaning.
Still to come. Will Deborah Powell finally listen to what everyone's telling her?
Come on, from their point of view.
No, come on. You don't live at home. Why should they pay?
I don't think you ever wore that, have you, Deborah? Look, Deborah.
What?
How many times have you worn it?
Will you shut up?
Don't tell me to shut up.
Mother? Just go.
And will she ever start taking her debt seriously?
All the other Jewish girls are doctors, lawyers, dentists, and your daughter's doing stand-up for money.
It's barely daybreak in Manchester, but Deborah Powell has work to do, finishing off the biscuits she's hoping to sell for a profit.
I'm feeling like a morning of an exam. That kind of nervousy feeling where you know you've revised and done all you can. So I'm just going to go with a positive mind.
She's done very well. I believe she was up till 2 o'clock this morning making these biscuits. I fell asleep on the bed about 12 o'clock.
I pay £1 if I walk past someone and I'd know how much time and effort went into making the biscuits. And I think I'm going to kind of lie and say that they're made from the finest ingredients from Brazil, where I've just come back from. So you wouldn't get a biscuit like it.
OK.
Dad's taking Deborah to see if her biscuits will sell in the one retail outlet in the northwest that she usually avoids like the plague. His market store. So, can she persuade the shoppers at Widnes Market to part with their cash?
It's
dirty.
Well, you know, it's a market. It's not bloody Harrods.
Hello, could I spare you for 1 minute, could I? I've made biscuits with £20,000 worth of debt, how much I'm in. I'm selling my biscuits for £1. Now they were...
And is that what debt you've got?
Yes.
You naughty girl.
£1 a bag for a biscuit. £1 a bag. Can I tempt you? You haven't got 1 minute of your time to spare for me. I'm awfully offended. Ingredients made from Brazil. If you got £1 on you, you get a bag of fantastic biscuits.
I really can't. I'm sorry.
You can't? All right, no problem. You sure? There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Natural with kids, my daughter. Should have been a kids' entertainer. definitely got the face for it.
Like taking candy from a baby.
She'd sell sand to an Arab, wouldn't she?
The tenner will do fine, don't worry. Thank you very much. Enjoy, yeah? Thank you. So 2 sales in 10 minutes. Should have made more, I think. Who will buy my lovely biscuits?
Not me.
Only £1 a pack. I wonder if you could find the goodness in your heart to spare £1 for these fantastic biscuits that I've handcrafted and made.
If it'll help you get out of debt, I'll do it with pleasure.
Thank you very, very much.
With the biscuits selling like hotcakes, Deborah's spirits start to rise, and there's not a credit card in sight.
That is called change.
8, do you mind if I give you change?
No, yeah. And how have you done up to
9.
now?
Not too bad, to be honest, thank you, not too bad.
Can you have the biscuits now?
No, you can't. No, it's not in the deal, the biscuits as well. It's been better than I thought, definitely.
Deborah's turned her original £4.51 into £26. That's a grand profit of £21.49.
This is what notes look like then, hey?
Deborah did very well, but she's that sort of person. You know, she's very determined. If she starts on something, she'll see it through to the very end.
It does make me realise that the money that I earn today is more valuable. It's worth more than, say, I don't know, getting a tenner out of cash point. I've earned that at £10. I've made that money double itself. I've made the money work for itself.
So far, so good. And now Bank of Mum and Dad's financial advisor Lawrence Gold is back with a new monthly budget and debt repayment plan for Deborah.
I was very harsh with Deborah's parents last time we met, and maybe a little bit too harsh, but I wanted them to understand that I don't want them throwing money at Deborah all the time. It's very obvious that they love her, but I want them to show love in a slightly different way by encouraging her to be more responsible. I'm not surprised that you're not stressed at all, because the way that you handle your affairs, that proves it to me. If anyone, I feel sorry for your parents, because you take no responsibility in regards to money whatsoever. You don't even get your bank statements sent to you. Your credit card statements aren't sent to you. If you've got a problem, you give it to your mum and dad.
What's funny? It's not funny, Deborah.
What do you think responsibility means?
Looking after myself, standing on my own 2 feet, paying for everything.
So you don't believe in that then?
I do to some extent, but I have to feel that the wage that I'm on at the moment...
You're on an OK wage. You're not
I
on a...
think I am.
Don't you think you should live within your income?
Well, that means me then not going out with my friends, not being able to do things that other friends do.
Okay.
I'm
What if
really
you
left on
didn't
my
have
own.
parents who couldn't afford to bail you out?
Then I'd have to obviously live a different lifestyle.
Can you, Harold, can you just give Deborah a copy of the budget? Your monthly take-home pay is £952. So if you continue to spend like that every month, over a year. Now, this is where you have your problem. And it might be funny now, but it won't be in 2 years' time, because your debt won't be 19.5 grand in 2 years' time. And it will be nearer £35,000. They cannot afford that.
But can I just say in my defence...
If you have one.
If I have one. And I don't want to get my parents in trouble or upset them in any way, shape or form. But if my third bill ever goes over £100, I will gladly give my mum a cheque for half of it, gladly. But I think from their point of view... Oh, come on, from their point of view...
No, come on. You don't live at home. Why should they pay?
Because if they asked me to pay, if they were forceful with me and asked me to pay for it, I'm not going to pay for it anymore.
Can you tell her to pay?
Yeah, Deborah, you've got to pay for your mobile phone bill now. I'm not paying any more.
Fine.
You have got to take your responsibility, not your parents'. You're not a teenager anymore.
Lecture over. Lawrence outlines Deborah's new monthly budget. He slashed Deborah's socialising bills, including all those meals out, from over £580 to just over £160. Clothes and toiletries are down from £320 to £130, freeing up enough for Deborah to start paying both her own car bill, £100 a month, and the mobile bill, £30. Rent and household costs have come down from over £500 to just over £400 a month. But the new budget increases debt repayments from £25 to £120 a month, which means Deborah will be debt-free in just 4.5 years.
Takeaways and restaurants, down to £50 a month. Horrible, isn't it?
That's less than 5 times.
Yeah. Welcome to the real world. Because that attitude's not going to work. It's not as though I've stopped you going out every day. You've got a budget for it. But that attitude ain't going to help.
We can't do it anymore.
Yes, I've got to stop. Got to stop. Got to be cruel to be kind, haven't we, with you?
It's so frustrating for me when I hear of resistance and stupid excuses like it's someone else's fault. Well, it's not someone else's fault. So that was annoying me to a certain extent, Deborah blaming other people. Now, all I've done is I've set a budget so that we can clear the credit card and the overdraft.
I didn't find it funny. I was laughing because I was embarrassed of the situation that I'm in. My attitude is if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
I think it's me who is more responsible for Deborah's situation at the present time. In the beginning, if I had have been a bit more strict and not as soft with Deborah, I think she would have taken more a more serious look at her finances.
Harold and Hilary Powell have just 2 days left to knock their daughter Deborah into shape financially. Deborah has been spending hundreds of pounds on new clothes, but Lawrence has slashed her wardrobe budget and Mum's determined to show Deborah how she can keep to it.
She spends too much money on clothes, she can't afford them, so I've got a designer to come in to recycle some of the clothes so it look like something new, something different, so she'll save money doing that. She just goes mad. She said she buys clothes because it makes her feel better, but she only gets used. She only feels good wearing them for 3 times and then she just throws them in the back of the wardrobe.
With the help of banker Mum and Dad, Hilary's brought in fashion designers Susanna Dowes and Lucy Mitten, who work for a textile recycling charity.
I want you to meet Deborah. Deborah, this is Suzanne and Lisa.
Hi there, Suzanne. Yeah. And Lisa, hi there. You okay?
They've come here today.
Have they? Welcome.
To get some of your clothes out your wardrobe that you don't wear anymore, and they're going to recycle them. So I want you to pick 3 pairs of jeans and 3 tops out of your wardrobe, please.
Don't look too scared.
Yeah, and you'll get all new clothes.
Recycle them, shred them up?
No, we're going to make new clothes out of them for you.
Right, okay.
Because you can't afford to buy more clothes. There's another pair.
So, 3 pairs of jeans and 3 tops. Well, that shouldn't be a problem, should it?
What about this, Deborah? Remember, you spent a lot of money on this. How many times have you worn it? About twice?
Twice.
What about this blouse? Would you wear that again?
Nope.
Look at this. I don't think you ever wore that, have you, Deborah? Look. Spent a lot of money on that as well, remember? You've got loads in there, Deborah. Sure you can pick a few.
Deborah's a good example of a certain kind of age group and probably economic group who want to have the latest thing, want to have the iPod and, you know, everything that is advertised and supposedly is going to improve their lives, but they continue to buy, and really that it doesn't buy happiness.
Deborah.
What?
Look what's on the floor here. That T-shirt that
Mother!
has gone a funny colour, that'll do.
Because it'll be a funny colour whatever they make, won't it?
Don't wear it anymore.
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up.
I don't want you to be quiet while I concentrate.
And look at these shoes. Brand new, Deborah. I think you've worn them once or twice.
Will you shut up?
Don't tell me to shut up. Come on, Deborah, get looking your
Mother! Can you just go out, please? Be serious. You're not doing any help. You're making me stressed.
Go then.
Just go.
Half an hour later, Deborah finally settles on a couple of items.
Got a pair of jeans that I don't really wear anymore. Top that I don't wear anymore. And got a dress from Whittles that's cost me quite a lot.
She was a bit annoyed. I got on her nerves. She told me to get out of the room. I think Deborah's got loads of clothes and she buys too many. That's why she's got to stop buying clothes and save her money.
My budget has been rejigged to spending only £60.
If you bought one item a month...
One item of clothing a month?
That was really good and you loved it and you knew you were going to wear it for 2 years, that would be £60 well spent, wouldn't it?
If I spent one item of clothing that did cost £60.
Yeah.
And Susanna doesn't stop there. It's time for her to prick Deborah's conscience a bit too.
Have you ever donated clothes to a charity?
I haven't, no.
Why not?
Good question.
So what would you do with something if you didn't wear it anymore? Would you throw it away in the bin with your rubbish?
No, I'd probably leave it at home.
We want to encourage people to recycle, but also to think about what they already have and maybe not thinking of recycling as something where you hand over your waste to someone else to deal with and for them to recycle, but for maybe to think of ways that you yourself can recycle what you already have.
I'm still struggling with the £60 figure. I just don't see how I'll be able to manage that, but I'm going to give it a go, no problem. I might even start, looking around and shopping around second-hand clothes shops for clothes that are more retro.
Deborah's old outfit cost £100. Deborah's new outfit cost nothing.
Fantastic. Can't believe that was made out of an old pair of jeans. Isn't it fantastic? And an old T-shirt. Look at that turnaround. Really great, isn't it?
I really, really like the skirt. Really am made up with the skirt. Not too sure about the top, but I'm sure I'll put it to some good use.
I think it's human nature to want new things. They do bring us happiness for a short time, but the desirability of a garment should also be in where it came from and how it was made and not just how it looks.
Susanna's words have struck a chord with Deborah. She's beginning to realise just why she's been spending so much.
But I would find it difficult being confident without having nice clothes or, I wish I had the extra confidence just to be me and not care what people think or judge you on first impressions. But it's hard. It's really hard. And it's a really shallow way of thinking, and that's one thing I hate about me. I can't help but think like that, and I don't want to.
I got upset earlier because I love her. And I don't want her to be in debt. It's not important to have cars and this, that and the other. It's just important to be happy.
I've just been bombarded with so much information and so many new things this week. I'm drained. I'm physically and emotionally drained. You look at me.
I know we're getting on each other's nerves sometimes, but we love each other really, don't we, Deborah? You drive me mad and I drive you mad.
In Manchester, it's the penultimate day of Banker Mum and Dad Week, and after a good night's rest, the pals are up and out and finally making progress.
Let's go.
It's very fun. It's a 4-star.
And look, Madam's on a bus, and she's not complaining. Today, Mum and Dad have got their sights trained on the money Deborah spends on her social life. Lawrence has slashed her budget for partying, but the Powells know their daughter, and they know how hard she'll find not being able to go out. Solution? A parental masterstroke based on Deborah's long-held ambition for a career on the stage. They've set up a meeting at a local comedy club with Stephanie Davis.
Hi, Stephanie. You okay? You okay?
Stephanie is a well-known stand-up comedian, something Deborah has always wanted to have a go at herself.
So, have you ever done any performing before? Have you done anything like it before?
Not in public, no, not in front of an audience.
Okay,
fantastic.
Deborah has always said to me, she doesn't mind what she does, even if it's for not much money, but her main priority is to be happy, and I think this will make her happy.
And start cutting them.
Stephanie has agreed to coach Deborah and let her perform a stand-up routine at tonight's show.
Yeah, they check. One of the main things about stand-up is that ultimately you're not hiding behind any lines, you're not hiding behind any costume. You go on stage as you, so sometimes if they're saying things and shouting things on stage about you, it's quite hurtful and they're getting at you, so you've got to be really thick-skinned.
I think Deborah would be happier in herself if she did something like this. It'd take her mind off buying clothes and spending money that she hasn't got. She's got to stop going out as much as she is, but I think she could come here with her friends and do stand-up and it'd be great. We'll all be together and having a good laugh and getting paid for doing it.
It was something that I wanted to do originally. I was actually thinking about material, you know, as you go through the day and thought, you know, I should write this down and actually maybe go on an open mic night. To sacrifice maybe going out with friends once in a while, missing out on those gourmet meals or those champagne evenings, it would be difficult. But if it's something that I enjoy doing, it's something I'd definitely take into consideration to develop and follow up on. Hello! You're nice, everybody! Yeah, and then right there, not like that. Right, let's do it again.
She needs to find something that she's absolutely passionate about, that she wants to do, so much so that everything else seems second best, because at the minute, she's obviously not got that in her life.
With just hours to go to her big night, Deborah heads home to rehearse.
Good evening, hiya, my name is Deborah. Hiya, you alright?
I'm nervous for Deborah tonight. I think Harold will be nervous for her as well.
Yes,
Nervous, excited.
Nervous, excited, a few butterflies. But I'm looking forward to it.
I suppose it's like someone, like saying to someone, step in a car who's never driven before and take your test the next day. You can't expect to pass, you just can't. You've got to appreciate that you're going to have some pitfalls. I've never done it before.
I've got a lot of admiration for Deborah and she's very brave, isn't she?
I just can't believe it's happening. I can't. It doesn't seem real until they call my name out and I just see the lights shining in my face and people looking at me.
It's 9:30 and it's all quiet outside Manchester's Comedy Store.
Okay, lovely job.
But inside, it's a sellout. Deborah's comedy debut will be in front of a packed audience.
Hello, Manchester. Yes, I am a posh Jewish Scouser. That's right, so you're moving your bag there, love, don't worry. I'm not into Argos cheap jewellery, so... Talking about being posh, I was food shopping the other day in Marks and Spencer's. Woo! Yeah, I've got the wedge, that's right. So I'm trying to do a kosher shop, mum and dad coming in, had to get rid of all my bacon from my flat. All my pork, all my bacon. I was frantic 3 days ago, I was like looking at every single bloody cupboard to get rid of every little bit of bacon. Can you imagine your parents moving in with you at the age of 24? Could you imagine that? No, your parents are you're shaking your head. It's like being Big Brother with the Hamiltons. I tell you. It's awful. Past week, my bed has seen more action the past 7 days than it's seen for me in the past 12 months. Are you laughing, Mum? You're laughing? You think I can't hear? I'm only next door. Thanks, guys. It's the first time I've ever had to perform in my entire life. Do I get paid for that?
Thank you so much, Deborah Powell. Give it up, Debs.
That was excellent. That was bloody good.
when I felt the first laugh, I thought, look round, what looking around thinking, have I come on yet?
Dave Williams just said to me, he's professional, he said she's got a lovely presence on stage, so you should carry it on. And he said that to me, he wasn't saying that to you to big you up. He said that to me.
It was great, I'm so happy. Oh, God, if it hadn't gone bad, I still would have had a laugh. Just seeing Mum and Dad's face, smiling.
What I saw tonight in Deborah is she's been happy for herself tonight, she's been proud of what she's done.
Oh yes, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
A bit embarrassed at first when she started swearing, but you have to come up with some new material.
Oh, you're the Jewish girls, they're doctors, lawyers, dentists, and your daughter's doing stand-up for money.
You're the black sheep.
I'm the black sheep.
The Jewish black sheep.
Oh, well, you know.
Deborah's on a high, but has her attitude to living the high life changed?
I think this week's been a good learning experience for you.
Good learning curve.
I've learnt this week that Deborah is not going to get away with murder anymore. I'm not going to pay for any more mobile phone bills. I'm not putting any more money in your account. How do you feel about that, Deborah?
I'm happy, you know, I'm happy to start standing on my own 2 feet. I've got to learn somehow. And if it goes downhill and if I struggle, then so be it. You know, if I struggle, then it serves myself right for getting myself in debt. You learn from your mistakes, don't you?
So you're determined to get out of this debt?
Of course I am.
We'll then be going home with a sense that we've achieved something with Deborah this week. Are we going home richer, knowing that I won't have to pay for a car and insurance anymore?
I feel I've definitely helped myself change my mentality and get myself out of this debt, because it won't take me long, and start changing my life for the better and stop relying on money to make me happy.
Bank of Mum and Dad Week is over. Time for the Powell parents to head back to Liverpool.
We've had a few downs, but not many. I was surprised. I thought we'd be worse than what we have been. But, yeah, we're friends now. It's the scissors. Yeah, take the scissors.
But there's a couple of things still to do.
Well, that was a card that took me around the world, got me in debt. Now it's the card that's cut up, and it's going to be the start of something new.
Deborah?
Yeah?
Just a couple of things before I go. I have to give you. Recognise them?
Yeah,
What are they?
my car keys.
But you've got to pay for everything for your car from now on. The second gift is a piggy bank.
Oh, thank you.
I remember it doesn't take plastic, it takes coins and paper money.
Oh, thank you very much, Dad. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.
You know, you've been fantastic to me growing up. You know, I might not have been able to have everything that I wanted, but, you know, I've had more love from you two, more affection and more devotion than a lot of my friends have had. And I think, you know, if money came too easily to us, we wouldn't be the same family, so I'm glad of that. Okay. Yeah.
Hi, Deborah. That's very formal. Bye. 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 Oh, yeah. Ah, you thought I was going to give you some money then, didn't you? Yeah. No more now.
It's 2 months on. So, is Deborah sticking to a budget and paying back her debts? Yes, she is.
I feel a bit frightened, you know, because I have to pay for this now myself. But I also feel a lot more grown up in a silly sense. You know, I'm 24, I should feel grown up anyway, but I do feel a lot more responsible.
She has definitely grown up over the past few weeks.
And she doesn't rely on us as much now.
No, the phone isn't going all the time now.
No, it's not, is it?
With all the problems.
Thank God.
Deborah's sticking to a new clothes budget too.
The suit cost me £60 and that was my budget for the month. I don't need to go out and buy clothes willy-nilly to make myself feel better or feel happier in society. you know, I'm me, and I just condition myself not to spend more money than what's needed.
Slap-up meals out have been replaced by stay-home suppers with flatmate Gemma.
I enjoy cooking at the end of the day. I enjoy it, and me and Gemma have cooked for our friends and had them round and done more like dinner parties rather than going out.
Deborah's even got on a bus or two on her own. The money that Deborah's been saving means that she's been able to take over the payments for her phone and car.
I felt terrible. I honestly did feel terrible that my dad had to pay for my car. Because I know my parents, you know, haven't got a lot of money for themselves, and this must have taken a big chunk out of maybe some disposable income that they could have spent on themselves.
It's great that Deborah now is paying for the mobile phone because I've got like £100 for myself.
Even the handouts have stopped.
You know, as I go home, my dad has tried to give me some money, but I don't accept it.
I still say to her all the time, you know, Deborah, you're all right, you cash. Oh, yes, thanks, Dad. No, I don't, nothing off it.
Anyone been transferred down here? Hey! And it's the same.
Deborah's still throwing her energies into her stand-up, but she hasn't given up the day job. In fact, she's landed a new one, earning her at least £1,000 extra a year.
She's found out that she's her own person.
Yeah. I still have the attitude, yeah, I deserve it. You know, I'll get it because I deserve it, but in a different way. You know, I don't feel that I have to have it through maybe buying new clothes or driving around in a posh car or having materialistic things. This is the way it should be, this is the way it should have been, you know, 7, 8 years ago.
Next week on Bank of Mum and Dad.
That is horrendous.
I'm very angry. This one looks like a real mess.
They can't spend anything without my say-so.
I'm a High Court bailiff. If you ignore me, I will break the door down and we will move the goods that we've seized.
We haven't acted like a married couple. You don't help me.
Emotions are running high, and so are the debts.
Your debt is not going to go down. It's going to go up.
And up, and up.
If you're worried about debt and would like further information or advice on any of the issues raised in tonight's programme, please call the BBC Action Line on 0800 88 8809. That's 0800 88 8809. Lines may be busy, so please remember that the Action Line is open 7 days a week from 7:30 a.m. until midnight. All calls are free and confidential. And you can join Lawrence Gold, the Bank of Mum and Dad's financial expert, now for a live web chat on bbc.co.uk/Bank of Mum and Dad.
Way back when the world